September 26th, 1983, just past midnight. Deep inside the Serpico 15 bunker, the air is cold, smelling of heavy ozone and floor wax. Outside, the world is sleeping, completely unaware of how close it is to ending. Suddenly, the mechanical silence is shattered. A high-pitched siren begins to scream, washing the concrete walls in rotating crimson shadows. On my central console, a single blood-red indicator light flashes with a terrifying message. Launch. My heart hammers violently against my ribs as I stare at the screen. This is not a drill. According to our high-altitude early warning satellites, a nuclear missile has just left its silo in the United States. In the autumn of 1983, paranoia is a physical weight. Soviet leadership is convinced a preemptive strike is imminent. NATO's war games have pushed both empires to the absolute brink. One spark is all it takes. There is no time to process the horror. A bright red dot appears on the dark cathode ray screen, crawling steadily across the empty expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, aimed directly at the heart of Moscow. The electronic teletype machine next to me screams to life, spitting out endless streams of system data. Every indicator is green. The satellite network's confidence level is at its absolute peak. The machine says this is real. Then the nightmare escalates. A second dot appears, then a third, a fourth, and a fifth. 5 thermonuclear warheads are now screaming through the upper atmosphere. The computer tells us we have no choice but to strike back. Under strict Soviet military protocol, my duty is absolute. I must pick up the red telephone, report the incoming strike to high command, and initiate an immediate, automated retaliatory launch that will vaporize America. We have exactly 15 minutes before impact. 15 minutes to decide if our children will see tomorrow, or if everything humanity has ever built, loved, or written will be reduced to radioactive ash in a single afternoon. I look around the room at the young conscripts. Their faces are pale, their eyes wide with terror, waiting for my command. I slowly reach for the heavy black receiver of the telephone. My hand is trembling. I take a deep breath and dial the duty officer at headquarters. I tell him our system is malfunctioning, that this is a false alarm. I have no data to back this up, just a human gut feeling. Now we wait. The minutes stretch into painful, agonizing eternities. If my gut is wrong, if those missiles are real, the horizon outside will soon ignite with the blinding, terrible fury of 1,000 suns. But the horizon remains dark. The clock runs out, and nothing happens. The satellites had mistaken sunlight, reflecting off high-altitude cirrus clouds over North Dakota, for the exhaust plume of an American missile. A simple reflection. I saved the world from a nuclear apocalypse, but the Soviet military does not throw a parade for software engineers who prove their machines are flawed. Instead, I am subjected to intense,
Petrov.
relentless interrogation by suspicious superiors. They don't court-martial me, but they reprimand me for failing to fill out the official logbook during those frantic, terrifying 15 minutes. I am quietly pushed aside, my career ruined by the very system I saved. I packed my few belongings into a simple cardboard box and walked out of the base. No medals, no ceremonies, no thank yous. Just a quiet, lonely exit into the freezing Russian cold, forgotten by the state. For the next 2 decades, I lived in a tiny, decaying concrete apartment on the outskirts of Moscow. I survived on a meager pension, barely able to afford coal to keep my small kitchen warm in winter. I spent my days standing by the window, watching the heavy winter snow cover the brutalist concrete buildings, wondering if anyone would ever care about the night the world almost ended. I remained a ghost in my own land. My beloved wife, Raisa, passed away, leaving me entirely alone. She was the only person who truly understood the quiet, crushing burden I carried in my chest, a secret I could never share with a suspicious world. But secrets cannot stay buried forever. In 1998, my former commander finally published his personal memoirs, revealing to the public for the first time the terrifying details of what happened inside the bunker that night. Suddenly, my quiet apartment was flooded with noise. The telephone wouldn't stop ringing. Journalists, historians, and strangers from countries I was once trained to destroy were calling me, weeping, calling me a hero. I boarded an airplane, leaving the bleak gray concrete of my home behind. As I looked out of the window at the clouds, I realized I was flying over the very oceans those missiles would have crossed. I stood at the podium of the United Nations, a retired, weary Soviet officer dressed in a humble brown suit, receiving a standing ovation from delegates of every nation on Earth. The world finally knew my name. They handed me heavy bronze plaques and peace awards. They called me the man who saved the world. But a cold piece of metal cannot restore the lost years or bring back the wife I loved. Even now, in the quiet safety of my old age, the memories refuse to fade. When the room grows dark, the blood-red lights of Serpico 15 still flash in my mind, and the phantom sirens scream. I found my only true peace walking alone in the silent winter forests. The birch trees don't care about military protocols or geopolitical rivalries. They only know the quiet, healing rhythm of the falling snow. Today, we trust machines with almost everything: our lives, our money, our communication, our future. We have surrendered our agency to algorithms, forgetting that the most valuable thing we possess is our capacity for human doubt. I was never a hero. I was simply a man doing the job I was trained to do, acting as the vital link between a cold machine and the messy, beautiful reality of human life on this fragile Earth. When you look up at the vast, starry night sky tonight, take a moment to remember how incredibly fragile all of this is, how close we came to dust, and how much we have to lose. And remember that sometimes, when the systems fail, when the alarms scream, and the world stands on the razor's edge, the only thing standing between us and total annihilation is a single human gut.